Hey there! It's very important for the front-end developer to be on the crest of IT wave, to be on the trends. So let's learn something new from CSS, JavaScript, performance and interviewing. I'm Anatol and you are watching the good part of the front-end development. Recently, Tomislav Matevich from TopTool published the article in the TopTool's blog about the BEM approach. This paper starts with a BEM idea, covers naming convention and ends with the file system organization. If you still not use any for your CSS, then it is the good moment to start with. Smashing Magazine now contains a comprehensive document about CSS pseudo-classes and pseudo-elements. If you are an experienced designer or developer, you are definitely familiar with most of them, like Hoover, Checkout or Last Child. However, here you can find also such rarely used but nevertheless often useful elements like first line, intermediate, list of type, and other. Viktor Savkin posted his own system of personal productivity, which I found very interesting. He used Trello with GTD and Kanban approaches. Take a time to look through it. All links are in the description. According to Joel Spolsky, it's a good idea to use the best software money you can get. I prefer the best free software for myself. Some time ago I used Eclipse with a plugin for the web development, however it was heavy and slow enough. I couldn't cook it right. The brackets has come and made me good. But with time I realized that the only feature that make it different from Notepad++ is the live preview and I don't use it. So I quit. Now I use Atom with plugins and here are my favorites. Atom Beautify works with HTML, CSS, JavaScript and other, contains number of rules and pretty flexible, is able to perform your file by hotkey or on save. File icons. It makes my project tree more readable with small icons and search becomes faster. Git Plus. It allows to work with Git through hotkeys. Make sure your git config file is configured. You must configure at least the user email and user name variables. Linter. With plugins, it links my code, CSS, JSON, Sass, JavaScript and other. I like it. Minimap. Displays a preview of the full source code and sometimes it's very useful. Terminal Plus. Its name says by itself. It is a terminal with themes and other. Preparing the meaningful and well-structured answers sometimes not obvious and easy on the fly, so it might be the good point to impress your interviewer with the well-prepared answers. You can adopt my answers for yourself because luck comes from preparation. I graduated from university in 2004 and received a master's degree in electrical engineering. I decided to obtain the degree in engineering, not in computer science, because in my opinion I gave more wide education not only in math and algorithms, but also in technology, processes and even production management. After graduation, I started my career as design engineer and Linux server system administrator. During 2 years, I was working in National Technical University of Ukraine as a head of the computer laboratory and an assistant lecturer. During this period, I managed a team of 6 engineers and also hold practical lessons for the students in computer programming and information technology subject. For 6 months, I worked for an insurance company as a software engineer and supported several Linux servers. In 2007, I became a web developer. Over 5 years, I worked as a freelancer web developer Most of my customers were Ukrainian companies. Firstly, I created pretty simple website based on Joomla, WordPress and other content management systems. Later, I started use PHP and SQL technologies to develop the additional functionality. Finally, my own mini web studio included up to 5 persons. From the one hand, all these web projects were simple and often not interesting. From the other hand, I wanted to work as a front-end developer. Currently, I work for an outsourcing company that provides e-commerce service solutions for well-known brands as Timberland, Versace, Adidas and many others. The company employs nearly 500 people and has offices in 6 countries. As a front-end developer, I am responsible for JavaScript functionality, slicing UI mockups into HTML CSS using Adobe package. We develop using Dojo or Angular, jQuery as well as Foundation or Bootstrap, and Sass. I'm familiar with Ajax, XML, JSON and REST API technologies, also providing code reviews and code refactoring both JavaScript and CSS. Since 2014, I act as a team leader and business analyst. I am in charge of managing and tracking day-to-day performance, the team of 8 developers, planning the work and priorities, defining the scope of project front-end development team. Also, I gather business requirements and provide functional requirements, assist in change requests, review test cases. Also, I am in charge of mentoring, onboarding, interviewing candidates, conflict solving, escalating communication between teams. Now we use SVN, Scrum, Jira and Confluence. Yeah. I tried myself on different roles as a regular developer, analyst, project manager, and found myself as a team leader. I realized that the proportion of 50% of management and 50% of development makes me happy. I'm quite sure that the only way to do great work is to love what you do. That's why I want to continue working as a front-end developer in the future. This is a perfect moment to decide would you work with them or this is a good time to gain experience. Therefore, I always ask my interviewer, what do you expect from the best candidate on this role? This question gives me a chance to analyze their expectation and decide, do we fit each other or... And if I fail, it gives me an opportunity to review my answers, to develop myself in the proper direction. This is all for this week. Thanks for watching and keep going.